Well, hello YouTube, and a warm welcome to the Essentially Crypto channel. My name is Ian, and as always, I'm your host. And today we're going to talk about how we can secure our Veve app. Because if you're anything like me, and you've been looking in your vault lately and seeing the prices going up, you're getting a little bit worried about carrying this around on your phone all the time without any protection on the app whatsoever. So I've come up with a way to secure your app in the best way possible. But anyway, I digress. Let's move on first of all to the main screen so we can see what's going on in the world of NFTs and all that kind of thing. If you don't want to listen to this kind of stuff, then feel free to use the timestamps in the comments to skip around to your heart's contents, but you might miss something interesting. And that interesting thing today is this: the High Society is minting very, very soon. If you haven't checked out the High Society, make sure you go and do that. They're minting minting day reveal, and minting day will be on the 27th. So the 27th, so not long now to get in there. So minting 1,000 Genesis pieces in our collection, and they're going to be minted at a discount. And then the next day, on the 28th, they're going to start the pre-sale of 5,500 pieces. And that's also at a discount, and you would need a whitelist role in order to be able to do that. And then finally, after giving the whitelisted people a few hours to mint, the public sale goes on the 28th as well at 0.08. So therefore, if you want to get the best prices, make sure you go into the Discord. I'll leave the link in the comments below, and you can try and get yourself on the whitelist to be able to do that. But they do have their website out, so let's go and check out the website. This is the High Society website. Okay, so here we are on the High Society website. As you can see, up in the clouds, looking all pretty cool. Let's move on down, shall we, to see what the High Society is all about. The High Society, the way we live and interact with each other, will change forever, or will be changed forever. A tall order there. Let's see what they've got in mind for you. Utopia exists in the high atmosphere. Obviously, we've got all that sort of stuff. You can read all about it there. Let's have a look at the collection itself. This is some of the collection that you can see just here. Looking pretty cool. Every single one is hand-drawn, including the accessories as well, which is kind of unusual for a lot of NFTs. A lot of NFTs are kind of, you know, where they've sort of taken bits from other pieces and shoved them on, and they look a bit odd. And, you know, I'm not a massive fan, but all of these, as you can see, they almost fit together. Like, have you ever got that thing where you've got like one of your NFTs and you look at it and the thing looks like it's been just pasted over the ear, or, you know, or stuck on top of the head, whereas this actually looks like they belong in each of the pictures, which I kind of really like as well. So that's the art. If you like it, then as I said, go ahead and go and get yourself one. You may not like the art, maybe you like the idea of it, and let's go into the idea, shall we? The High Society Anatomy, there's 6,500 of them. I believe 1,500 are women and 500 of them are men. So it's not your average 10,000 profile pics, it's 6,500. Let's have a look at the roadmap, shall we? So we can see what's going on with the roadmap. Art creation, hand-drawn with almost unlimited different possible outcomes. As I said, because they're all hand-drawn, they look like they fit together, and that's what I really like about it as well. 5,000 males, 1,500 females, as I was correct. So therefore, I guess if you get a female, then that's pretty cool. I like the females. I put the females in my my little back wall there, so you can see some of them. But obviously, go to the website, check it out. Go to the Discord as well. I will leave that in the comments below. More art creation. We don't want to keep you guys waiting for our first surprise, so they're going to be constantly making new art and new collections as well. High Society Discord is being created. Now that's already been created. You can go and sort out that by using the link in the comments. Whitelist is being made if you're a valuable asset to the society. Minting 6,500 High Society NFTs. The first 1,000 will be Genesis. Now this is important because the first 1,000 people to get in and mint their one will get a Genesis one, and Genesis ones will hold better options later on as they're down the road, essentially. So you get special traits for the Genesis ones, and there's a 1 in 5 ones with the High Society NFTs. Will you be lucky enough to get one of these? So 1 in 5s as well, so that's pretty cool for the Genesis ones. At 20%, when 20% are sold, all these NFTs will be revealed. The rarity tool will go live. 30% of all earnings will go straight into the community wallet, which includes secondary market sales earnings as well. Then they start mining, which is interesting. It says start mining redacted. Mining redacted is performed by redacted block. Redacted process. Miners are rewarded with redacted. So therefore, they're doing something to do with mining. Obviously, it's been redacted. We don't know what it is, but it sounds quite interesting. At least I've not heard of other NFTs doing mining, so that's an interesting one to say the least. Community polls will be made for investments in the metaverse as well. That's pretty cool. So it's time to have some fun with society members, join rounds of role play, gameplay and partnerships, City of Gangsters. Oh, now this is interesting. Join rounds of role play gaming through our partnership game to be revealed. So they've already got a partnership game in place. Now, if you've been looking at any of the NFTs lately that have come out, like Fluffs, they have partnered up with Bored Apes. Bored Apes came out of a game a little while ago, I believe, as well. And Fluffs have partnered up with them. And like I was looking at DJs the other day. DGens have partnered up with Frog, so you know a lot of these metaverse tokens and NFTs, which are tokens, I've been partnering up with other companies as well to be able to make their own metaverses bigger and therefore give you more value, which is really cool. So we don't know who it is. Gangsters, pimps and crooked businessmen. Interesting. Who could that be? But yeah, it's exclusive to holders, and you can get yourself on, get some nice prizes, that kind of thing. So you know, if you believe that the partnerships they've made may be worthwhile investing in, then you know maybe it's a good thing to invest in. I don't know. Obviously, we don't know who the partners are, but if you invested in Fluffs the other day, then before you found out they were with Apes, then your floor has gone up massively because of the fact that they partnered with Apes. So the launch of the utility token THS. Now we know most places are going to have tokens now, but you know the good thing about these guys is that you know, I know that they've been involved in NFTs for quite a while themselves, so they've got like itchy feet when they're doing NFTs themselves. When they're buying NFTs and they're waiting for them to go up, they know that people get itchy feet, and that if they hold on for too long, then they're basically going to destroy their project. So for that reason, I think a lot of these things are going to happen a lot quicker than the average NFT roadmap. But you know, just don't take my word for it. Don't FOMO in or anything like that. Make sure you do your own research. This is not financial advice, okay? 80% of the sales, you'll stake your NFTs. Doing so will give you rewards. Redacted. It will also grant you a spot in the council. That's pretty cool. So you can get to be in the council, so you can decide to use your voice for what the community funds are invested in and all that kind of thing. Like whether it be Sandbox, Decentraland, Viviverse, you know, the council calls the votes basically. Okay, and at 100%, you've got minting of companions will start. So that's pretty cool as well. So they're going to start minting the companions at 100% of the sales. Who knows, they may sell out within like a couple of days, or maybe it will take months and months to sell out, because you never know with these things. Sometimes people go crazy on them, and sometimes they just slowly meander into them. But then once they've sold out, you know, it doesn't take long for people to start realizing the value behind them. So it pays to hold your Genesis, this NFT. Genesis holders will get something mint passes for companions that can be purchased with THS. Companions are good at pointing you in the right direction to dig up something valuable, and so therefore, you know, it all sounds pretty cool. Sounds like there's sort of like a treasure hunt going along with your companion as well. We move to phase 2, where you can start to realise our dream, build societies in the metaverses where everyone can come together, and redacted. There's a lot of redactions going on this website, so obviously guess that they don't want people to get too excited about what's going on, or maybe just all these partnerships are in the works and they can't divulge what's going on. But anyway, check out the website for the High Society. As you can see, these are the people who are involved in it. Reslone himself is one of the OMI homies. He did several NFTs way back in, you know, a while back, and I saw him and I said, hey, you should do a profile picture thing because it'd be really cool. And lo and behold, he actually had one in the works and I didn't know about it. But yeah, to see it actually all come to fruition is absolutely fantastic. I'm not involved in this by any way, shape or form, by the way. It's just the fact that you know, I chatted to him and all that kind of thing, so I sort of know what's going on with it. I think it's a great investment if it's something you want to get into. If it's something you like the art with and all that kind of thing, then go ahead and do, but obviously don't take it as financial advice or any of that kind of thing. So what are the initial benefits? Let's have a look at the benefits of holding a High Society NFT. All holders will be able to mint a companion for their NFT for future collection drops, access to voting for the High Society Council, access to rewards from the action conducted by the High Society Council, including fractional rewards for NFT vault sales and other metaverse goals as well. So THS token can be used to claim free companion NFT collection drops, purchase access to varying alpha channel membership levels, purchase items from the Society bar, and participate in competitions and events. So there you go, just everything you might need basically in an NFT. How do I get a Genesis roll? I believe that's the first 1,000. Total supply 6,500. What is the minting price? Here we go. Minting price is 0.8 ETH. Now that's on the public sale, but if you get in before that, remember, you're going to get a better price. So you got your price for your Genesis, then you're going to get your price for your normal, and then after that it's going to go on public sale at 0.8 ETH plus gas. So really you want to get on the whitelist there, so that way you're not got gas wars, because remember, the more things that are going on the Ethereum blockchain at that time, it means that you know, it's going to be a nightmare. It's going to push the gas up massively. So therefore, you don't want to get into gas wars with somebody because otherwise it pushes the price of your NFT through the roof, basically. But they are minting on the 27th. The 27th of January is when they're going for it. So therefore, make sure you get over to the Discord. I will leave the link in the comments below, and you can find out all about the High Society. So anyway, I digress. Let's go back, shall we, to the main thing of today, and that is this. A lot of people have been worried, like me. If you've gone to the Vault thing now, what was it called? Ecomi Wiki. EcomiWiki.com is absolutely brilliant. You can put in there what you've got in your vault, and then it will tell you a whole amount of how much it would be if you were to sell it right now. Now, I suppose you could argue that it's not really a fair valuation because of the fact that obviously you probably wouldn't be able to sell it all in one go anyway. Or maybe you will, I don't know. At the end of the day, if you put all of your individual pieces up and they all sold, then you sell them at floor price, people want to buy them, it is what it is. You'll get all of that money. So you can see exactly what your vault is worth. Now, it doesn't take into account special mints, by the way, so you want to bear that in mind as well. But go and check out EcomiWiki.com, sign yourself up for an account and put in all of the things you got in your vault and you'll see how much it's worth. And then after that, you'll probably get a little bit worried about walking around with your phone in your hand because of the fact that if somebody wanted to, if they were to, let's just say your phone's not locked for some reason, okay? Let's give you an example. Someone said to me that they were a bit worried because they use the phone on their bike as a navigation system, so therefore the phone is unlocked. So while they're sitting at the traffic lights waiting to drive off, what happens if someone comes by, swipes their phone and runs? Well, you may say, well, that's you know, not likely to happen, but you never know, especially in big cities and that kind of thing. So if that was to happen, what could then happen is they could go into the Veve app, they could look at all of the stuff you've got, which is worth a lot of money, and they could simply start transferring it one at a time out. And you say, well, no, because of the fact that there is a email that's got your code that pops up. So they have to know your email details. But what do you always have on your phone? Pretty much all the time, you have your emails plugged in as well into your Google Mail or wherever you've got on your phone, so that way you can see them pop up in your notifications. So all that will happen is that they will go into the Veve app, they will put in that they want to transfer something, a notification will pop up on the screen to let them know the number. They'll type in that number, and that's the end of it, isn't it? That is literally the end of your Veve journey. And there's absolutely nothing you would be able to do about it because of the fact that you've officially allowed it through your email. So there are several things that you can do to try and help this and to stop this from happening. Now, the first thing and the most obvious is not have your email on your phone. Now, that's not always a good thing for everybody because of the fact that they want to have their email on their phone so they can, you know, do work and all that sort of stuff. However, if that was the case, what you could do is you could also create a specific Veve account with a certain email that you just don't put on your phone that is only used for the 2FA. Now, that is a great idea, and I suggest that it's probably a good idea for you to do. The only issue with you doing that is that if you were to do that and then you were to get an issue with your app when you were out and about, say, and then you wanted to try and log in to try and get a drop, and it would send the thing to the 2FA, you wouldn't be able to log into the app then. Because in order to do it, normally what you have to do is you have to be able to access that email from the device you're on. So I suppose what you could do is you could put it into just a web browser type of thing, your email there. So therefore you could have it as a web browser email. So that might be your best bet. Basically change your email in your Veve app so that way you only access that particular email from a web browser and you haven't got it as your Google app or whatever it is you've got on your phone that will pop up with the email when it comes in. And then that way you're safe that way. Another thing you can do is to simply hide the Veve app logo. Now, I know it sounds a bit silly, but, you know, somebody steals your phone, they're not necessarily they're not stealing your phone because they think, oh, he's got the Veve app, he's got a lot of stuff on it. They steal your phone because they want the phone itself and they just want to wipe it and then sell it to somebody or whatever, you know. So the point is that if you've got it hidden in another folder or something like that, and they can't just find it by quickly looking, they're not going to know that you've got the Veve app. So for that reason, you know, I think you've sort of covered yourself there as well. Because if you put it into a folder, then most people don't look through somebody else's phone anyway. You know, if you've stolen a phone, the chances are you're just going to turn it off. And then if they were to try and turn it back on again, then it means that they've got to put the pin in and all that anyway. So, I guess you don't have to worry about that too much either. However, in this situation, imagine you're driving along in your bike, someone rips off your phone, runs away, and they look down at your phone, they see the Veve app, they happen to know what it is, then you're stuffed. So this is another option for you, okay? And I found out I could do this today because I was talking to somebody about, the fingerprint thing. Is Veve going to put the fingerprint thing on and all that? And they basically said that they are going to do it at some point, but for now, they're not worried about it. They're more interested in the other things they've got to do. So basically, you've got to be in charge of your own security. So I thought about it and I came up with this idea. So let me play this little video for you. Basically, the idea is to use this. I'll pause it just here. The Norton App Lock. Now, I don't know if this is available for iPhone, but I do know that it is available for Android, because that's what I've got at the moment. Okay, so therefore, actually, let me make myself a little bit bigger because I'm tiny at the moment, aren't I? So you can see there is the app just there. It's called Norton App Lock. Now, if you can't get that particular one, there are other app lockers out there as well. Basically, get yourself an app locker. That's all you need to do, and just go onto your iTunes or whatever, not iTunes, iStore, and try and find one on there. Find one that locks your thing. And if you can, put in the comments below for me if you manage to find one yourself for iPhone, because I don't have an iPhone with me at the moment. My old iPhone is lost somewhere as I use Android now. So therefore, that's what I need to use. So my personal one, I use Norton App Lock. And then what I do is simply install the Norton App Lock. Okay, so I've installed the Norton App Lock now, and then as you can see, Norton App Lock itself needs a password in order to be able to go into it. So you've put that in previously, etc., etc. Needs a fingerprint scanner to be able to get into Norton App Lock. Now, this has gone black because of the fact it won't let me show you Norton App Lock. But if you were to go into the app and scroll down just a little bit, there is an option there to make Norton App Lock a administrator app. So that means that you can't just uninstall the app, because I know what you're thinking, well, you just uninstall the app and then you've got access to all the apps, but you make it so that you can't uninstall the app unless you give it access permissions by using your fingerprint and that kind of thing as well. So therefore, in order to uninstall the app to be able to get into the Veve app, they would have to do that, okay? So therefore, you make sure you click on that button. That's very important. Make sure you give it administrator rights, otherwise you won't be able to, you could just uninstall it and then you would be back to square one again, because that's what I tried and it worked perfectly. So therefore, make sure you click on that button, and then once you've done that, look, what will happen is you add Veve into the list, and then look what happens when I go on Veve. You see this pops up now, and it won't let me in unless I put in a PIN code or a swipe. So as you can see, there it is there. It comes up, I do my little swipe, and then I'm into my account. So there you go, which incidentally, I just put a random one there. I'm going to change that after I finish this video. But so you can see, and now I'm back into my Veve account. But the great thing is that I've added a fingerprint or a swipe thingy, just like you would have on your phone normally, or like you have with your Trust wallet or anything like that. So even just down to the fact that maybe you drop your phone and the screen cracks or something like that, or you can't turn it on or whatever, and you take it in to be fixed. Yeah, this guy plugs it in, is able to get into your phone because you have to give him the code in order for you to be able to fix it. Well, once he's in there and he's got that code and he sees your Veve app, he could do whatever he likes in it, couldn't he? So therefore, all these little things just add that little bit layer of security. Now, I've heard people say that the fingerprint scanner and all that, it's not worth putting it on anyway because of the fact that most people know how to get around it. Well, I personally don't know how to get around it. I don't know if you do. And, I think not everybody in the world of criminals is actually somebody who knows how to do these things. So normally people who are stealing your phone or pickpocketing you or whatever is just doing an opportunist thing to try and get the phone itself, not the information inside. So therefore, I think it's a good idea to put on. Let me know what you think in the comments below, because I'd love to hear your thoughts. But for now, I've put it on my phone so that now if I ever drop my phone or something like that and I haven't got it anymore, I don't have to worry about whether someone can get in my Veve app. And the first thing I can do is go home. I can change the password on the app, make sure it's all sorted, change the passwords on the email as well. Incidentally, somebody got hacked the other day on their Veve on their email, and then somebody was then able to use their email to then go into Veve and do all the stuff they would do, unfortunately, and they stole all the collectibles. And the thing is, they could use the 2FA because they hacked their email as well. So word of warning, first of all, make sure you have different passwords on your Veve email than what you have on your normal email as well. And also make sure you turn on the 2FA on your email as well. And the way you do that is just going into your settings and finding the 2FA settings and just clicking on them, basically. Now, in my case, personally, I've turned on not only Google Authenticator, because it's a good thing to have the Google Authenticator, but the thing is that if they've got your phone, then they've essentially got your Google Authenticator details as well, haven't they? But I've also attached my ledger to my email as well. So the only way anybody can actually access my email from another device is by physically going into the computer and plugging the ledger in and allowing it. And obviously if they haven't got the ledger, then they wouldn't be able to do that as well. If you're worried about not having a ledger because maybe you don't have a ledger, it doesn't have to be a ledger. It can be like a YubiKey thing. I've talked about them on the channel before. I'm a big advocate of those now. Ever since I started doing crypto stuff, I've been paranoid about getting hacked and that kind of thing. So I've basically secured everything, including my emails, my Instagram, my Twitter, even what's it called? Randy Chavez the other day got hacked on his Twitter, and they put up a thing saying, "Oh, send me some OMI, and I'll send you double the amount back." I don't know if anyone actually fell for it, but it was a thing that he put up, but he didn't actually put up himself. What happened was someone managed to get into his Twitter, they hacked his Twitter, they put it up there, and if somebody had sent him OMI, then obviously that wouldn't have been anything to do with him. It would have gone to this hacker's wallet or whatever, and he was stuffed, and it took him several days to be able to get back into his account in order to be able to warn people as well, just to say, look, I've been hacked. There's nothing I can do about it. So, it is possible, and it's very simple, because these little things that you think that, oh, I don't need to secure it because I've got nothing there. If you secure it with at least a two-factor authentication from, Google Authenticator or Authy or any of those, then at least you've got that extra layer of security as well. But anyway, I digress. That's it for me today. Hopefully you think some of the ideas are pretty cool. I was quite pleased when I came up with that one, so therefore, as I said, I've put it onto my phone so that way it's as secure as it can possibly be. But maybe you've got other ideas in the comments, so feel free to drop them in the comments below and let me what you're personally doing to try and make sure that your Veve Vault doesn't get hacked into and people send out all your collectibles and you have nothing left. Anyway, thanks very much for joining me. Don't take any of this as financial advice or investment advice in any way, shape or form, because as always, crypto can go up and it can make you loads of money like Veve is at the moment, or it can go down completely before you sell it all and you can lose everything, including your shirt. But that is essentially crypto. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next video. Bye-bye for now.